Good morning. Today on Spotlight, the future of workforce development, talent retention, and preparing students for the jobs of the future. What impact may this new report have on the state of Michigan? We'll ask Ashley Williams-Clark, Chief Strategy Officer for Detroit Future City, and Layla Bell, Vice President of Learning and Impact for the Skillman Foundation. And later on our Sunday morning program, Getting Ready for America 250 and Beyond. A look at its connection to a historic and long-standing sector of America's very diverse population. Detroit historian and genealogist Dr. Carolyn Halliburton Carter will join us. It's Sunday, June the 21st. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Newly released report. What's the biggest takeaway?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is that as we look to the economic future for Detroit, and as we look at opportunities to continue to support our young people, there's this real opportunity to bridge between career opportunities and the opportunities that we're exposing our young people to, and to make sure that we're able to connect what their ambitions are to the future of Detroit as well.
Layla Bell, the Skillman Foundation has helped come up with the funding to be able to do this very important report. Why was that so important to be able to put your bucks behind it?
Yeah, well, the Skillman Foundation works with people to transform education to really nurture the brilliance of Detroit youth. We are having conversations about the future of the city, and the future of the city will be built, designed, and involve Detroit's young people. So we thought it was so important to support this research because we need to be having these conversations.
Do you come away from this report feeling optimistic or pessimistic about the future for our young people?
I came away very optimistic. I think one of the reasons we looked at this report was when we looked at economic opportunity, we saw this gap between education and workforce needs, and how do we bridge that? And I think through the research process, and we engaged folks who are working directly with youth. We heard from over 200 young people. We partnered with Woods and Watts Effect to do focus groups, to do surveys. And one of the things that came through loud and clear are that Detroit's young people are ambitious. They have aspirations. They want to be able to translate their passions into something that provides value for themselves and their families. And so there's so much potential there. What we also heard was that we have such a robust nonprofit ecosystem, that we have some great foundations to build upon, and we have educational leaders who are also committed to trying to figure out how to make this work. And so what we came away with was that there really is a strong foundation to build upon as we think about how we provide more career exposure earlier on, mentorship and training. But one of the challenges and opportunities is how we create better alignment and break down some of the barriers in accessing those resources that exist, and to make sure that we're including employers, workforce development agencies, and education leaders in that conversation, so that we're preparing kids with the skills that they need.
Sure. Ms. Bell, when you get a report like this back and you start going through it from the Skillman side of the thing, what do you come away with? What lessons are learned here that make you say, okay, this was worth us putting our reputation behind?
Yeah, well, as Ashley said, there is tremendous potential and possibility for Detroit young people. And if you want to design solutions, you really need to start by listening to the experiences of young people, educators in the classroom, and the whole range of people that support how young people move from their academic career to the workplace. So having this research that is grounded in the ideas, the insights, the experiences of young people is incredibly important as we think about how do we improve the way that the system is currently working, and where are there opportunities to strengthen their access and exposure to the kinds of careers that will put them on the pathway to success in the future.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, I want to see how all this fits into something that I'm constantly hearing from our leaders, and that is trying to make Michigan a top 10 state. And we are not a top 10 state educational-wise right now, but that's what the goal that everybody's trying to work through and get to. We'll be right back right after this. So let's kind of break this down. Some of the things you talk about in the report are the importance of exposure and mentorship and experience. Are our young people getting the real world experience and mentorship that they need to be able to achieve in this world of ours? And that can go to either or both of you.
I think one of the things we heard in the research is that that's certainly a growth opportunity, that exposure to mentorship, work-based learning opportunities, it varies widely. And we looked across charter schools, DPSCD, we looked at the entire educational ecosystem. And a lot of times what we heard is that opportunities are limited by the school that you attend, your networks and your awareness of what exists. Also, there's really a lot more opportunities for work-based learning, investing in apprenticeship models, and then also with our career and technical education programs, really thinking about how we can expand the number of students who are taking advantage of that and viewing it as not just a one track for where you might have to go, but that you can look at how career and technical education can align with also other post-secondary opportunities. And it provides some real world experience for kids as they navigate those choices. What we also heard was that in looking at the research, it actually has ripple effects. So we were looking at career awareness, but also these career connected learning opportunities can help improve absenteeism, they can help improve academic achievement, and then they can also help in kids understanding and learning more about some of those other critical skills that are needed in the workplace. Critical thinking, creativity, adaptability, communications, partnership. And so this approach benefits not just what is my next career, but as we think about improving academic outcomes overall, having kids be able to see what that pathway is and what that potential is can have ripple effects into other aspects of their educational journeys.
And actually, I want to pick up on something that you said, because often when we're talking about career-connected learning, people immediately think about those workplace-based learning experiences. And what your report and research shows is that we actually need to be starting much earlier in elementary and middle school by getting young students exposure and access to different types of careers to understand the pathways and the
widen their world of what the real world possibilities are.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's a tremendous opportunity as we think about not just what happens in 11th and 12th grade, but really how do we make this an integrated process from elementary school throughout that is helping young people understand and explore opportunities and know what might be next for their future. So we're not just talking about what happens as young people are learning in elementary school or their preschool environments, but where they learn outside of the school in their communities and out of school time and after school care. The earlier exposure helps young people be able to imagine and see what might be possible for their future. We have research that shows that young people who visit a college campus are more likely to enroll in college. So all of these things work together, and we need people across different sectors thinking about their contribution to creating these pathways to workforce for young people.
And I would add to that, I'm an urban planner.
Okay.
Explaining urban planning to my 5-year-old or my 7-year-old.
Good luck with
what
that.
is an urban planner? But how often when we think about what our young people are exposed to, doctors, lawyers, and those are all amazing careers, but there's so many other opportunities for career exposure too. And what does it look like if you're working in an industry to say, let me go back to an elementary school, let me go and show what does it mean to be in healthcare, or what does it mean to be a systems engineer? What does it mean to be things that aren't always the higher visible careers that kids are exposed to at an early age? And so there's a role too for employers to think about how can we be taking the talent that exists at our organizations and helping to share what are careers that you can go into. And as we think about the future of work, I think that's even more important to be able to show the wide variety of opportunities that are out there and how you get into those.
Are what our young people are learning in the classroom today really connecting them and preparing them for the jobs of the future, both academically and maybe some of the vocational things too? Because we're always talking about the fact that we aren't having enough people, young people, who know how to make things and do things.
Yeah, I mean, and the workplace is shifting so rapidly with AI and new technology, and we need to modernize our education system to keep up with the pace of change. So, in this research report, they talked to employers and said, what are the skills that you need as you're thinking about the young workers of the future? And some of them are ones that we would think about, like math skills are incredibly critical now and will continue to be in the future. And employers are saying what needs to happen in the workplace, how work happens is shifting. We want young people who have the ability to collaborate, to problem solve, who have exceptional communication skills. Those kind of long-lasting skills will help young people be successful wherever they go post high school, as they enter into their college career, as they enter into the workforce, or other kind of pathways they may see for their life.
Are the policymakers in sync with the education leaders?
There needs to be more communication. That was one of the findings that we had and what we heard from folks. We see that there's certainly things that are happening. DPSCD is rolling out a new high school redesign. There's charter schools and others that are doing innovative work trying to build partnerships, who are trying to increase opportunities earlier on around career-connected learning. But when it comes to policy, I think one of the things that we wanted to make abundantly clear is that one of the best investments that can be made in economic development is also investing in the human capital of our young people. And so I think that's one thing we can drive home as part of this conversation, is that we need to have more alignment between those three so that policymakers, education leadership, employers are talking to one another and viewing this as a collective strategy to support our young people being a part of the future economy of Detroit.
Are there some lessons here that go beyond the city of Detroit and are important for other major areas of this state, whether it's Grand Rapids or it's Kalamazoo or it may be Traverse City?
Absolutely. There's lots to be learned from this report that's relevant to school systems and communities across the state. The first is really, what are young people looking for and asking for as they think about the education that prepares them for future life success, whether that's pursuing a post-secondary education, entering the workforce, or starting their own business. It also helps us see the different players that have a role in helping to ensure that we're supporting young people towards their readiness. And it points to some very specific recommendations about what can be done to help strengthen our education system and all of the surrounding sectors that really have a role to play in this work.
Very good. And if people want to drill down on the report, get their coffee while they're watching their favorite sports game, they can go to either one of your websites?
They can go to DetroitFutureCity.com. We also, if you don't want to read the full report, we have one-pagers. So if you're in an education...
An AI summary, right?
No, it is
I'm
a
just kidding with
research-based
you.
summary. If you are a parent, I think one thing is parents play such a role in this. We have a sheet if you're a parent or a young person and want to learn about what's important in the report. We have it. If you're in the business industry, we have a one-pager for you. And if you're in the education space. So there's many ways to tap into the research.
Very good, and we'll try to link that to WXYZ.com as
Great.
well. Make it easy stop. Thank you so much for coming in, both of you, and we appreciate it, and good luck with all the good work that you're trying to do. And when Spotlight returns, joining me will be Detroit historian and genealogist, Dr. Carolyn Halliburton Carter. We'll be right back. All right, everybody has just finished celebrating Juneteenth in a lot of different ways across the nation. But for you, this is sort of a starting point for America 250 and other celebrations coming up, correct?
Yes, yes. As we look at that and bring it forward to today, we are still fighting for that justice, fighting for freedom, fighting for what our ancestors lived, died, and fought for. So as we think about what Juneteenth means for our African American people and people around the world, it means resilience. It means that they had the ability to survive whatever they went through long enough to get to us.
As Americans celebrate America 250. Why is it important to tell these stories, preserve these stories, and make sure that these stories are all inclusive? Because it's an extremely diverse nation.
Yes, it is. And people, we need to realize that Black history is American history. And as our stories are now being challenged, our books are being banned, our history is being rewritten, it is important that we know our history, that we're able to tell those stories and pass them on to our descendants, because oral history was something that was very important in the Black community during enslavement specifically, because we didn't have books. We couldn't read. Books were banned. So now here we are, fast forward, books are banned again. So when we look at America 250 and what it means for the world and how our ancestors were infused in the history of this country, it's so important that we keep those stories going and tell the truth of what happened in this country.
You've said that the founding of America is important, but that should not be the starting and stopping point. It is what has happened from the founding of this country all the way up into now that has shaped America.
Yes, yes. So when you think about 1776, when they were writing the Declaration of Independence, and they were looking at the community and the people who were in the United States, people of African descent were not included in that language the way they should have been included in that language. And so now here we are celebrating 250 years. What do we want the next 250 years to look like? What do we want people to know about the African American, the Black experience in America from 250 years before and 250 years moving forward?
And how that fits into the larger picture of what America has clearly become.
Yes.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes, because we have plenty of that.
There's always some of that in every country and every history. What do you say to the average person who wants to be able to trace their history, to get started on that? And why is that so important to do? Or is it really important to do?
I'll tell you why it's important. It's important because our ancestors lived and died so that we could be here today to tell that story. And many people don't know their history. The Pew Research did a study, and they indicated that most people can't even name their 4 grandparents. When a relative dies, and we lost so many people during COVID, I'll use that as an example, those stories are gone. It's like burning a library, and all those stories.
If you didn't write it down or you didn't have a recording of the oral history, you lost valuable information.
So it's important that we tell our own story, that we know who we came from. We know who our ancestors were. Not all of our ancestors were a slave. A lot of people were free. And so we have to know who those people were. And there's a sense of pride in knowing who they were and what they did and how they survived it long enough to get to us.
And then being able to pass it along to the next generation. Hang on one second, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, I want to talk about your own personal history, how far back you've been able to go, and the pleasure of being able to do all of that. We'll be right back with Dr. Carter. Stay with us. Dr. Carter, on a personal level, how far back have you been able to research your history as a historian and a genealogist?
On my mother's side, I've reached the enslaver. On my father's side, I've reached the enslaver too.
Okay.
So on both sides. On my mother's side, I've traced and walked on the plantation where my enslaver descendants now live. It was during the pandemic, and my mother passed at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was like, I gotta get out of the house. So I had been communicating with my enslaver descendants. I connected with them, and they invited me down.
Would it be safe to say that if you start going that far back, you're gonna always find some interesting twists and turns and some things that'll make you say, I do not believe it.
Oh,
and
yes.
And you found one of those with one of your relatives who belonged to the Confederates?
Yes, I did. On my father's side, my 4 times great-grandfather, Charles Andrew Whiteside, he served in the Confederacy as the slave of his slave owner's son. So he did not enlist.
And that wasn't terribly uncommon back in that day, was it?
It wasn't uncommon for them to enlist,
Right.
but it was uncommon for them to go with their slave owner's son as his slave. So he didn't enlist. He went, and his father said, "You're going with him." And when he came home with him.
We sit in Detroit. Talk just a brief moment, because I know that you've been appointed by the governor to be on a special commission.
Freedom Trust Commission.
Freedom Trust Commission. The role that Detroit historically has played in terms of people seeking their freedom.
Detroit was a site of freedom because of that water over to Canada. And many people came to Detroit seeking freedom. And many of them also rode the Michigan Central Railroad. The original Michigan Central Railroad sat behind Wayne County Community College District, where the Riverfront Apartments sat. And Wayne County Community College District was also a site of freedom. And so when they boarded those trains coming to Detroit, they were seeking freedom. The president of the Michigan Central Railroad, Mr. John Murray Forbes, was an abolitionist. And many of our governors and people who were involved in that movement, Zachariah Chandler was an abolitionist. James F. Joy was an abolitionist. He was the attorney for the Michigan Central Railroad, and he was the president of the Chicago, Burlingame, and Quincy Railroad. And one of our former presidents was his law clerk, Abraham Lincoln.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow, now that's fascinating history. If people want to get in touch with you, say they're interested in getting started with their family history, or maybe they've already done quite a bit, but they feel, I need some help getting to that next stage, do you give that kind of service, and can people reach out to you?
Yes, they can. They can email me. My email address is the word ancestors with an S.
Okay.
cc@gmail.com, or they can use my website. I call myself the kitchen genealogist, because for me, that's where I got all of my love and all my lessons. So it's www.thekitchengenealogist.com.
All right, very good. Dr. Carter, thank you so much for coming in, sharing this valuable information, and we'll get you back.
Absolutely.
All right, especially when you get to that very next stage in tracing your history.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
And I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.